Good morning, everyone. Bisi here. I'm at the Porsche Effect event here at the Petersen Museum in Los Angeles. Fantastic vehicles here. It's absolutely spectacular. So I just sent a post out a moment ago sharing with many of you that I'll be on here live, but take a look at the madness that's going on here at the Petersen Museum. Let's start off with this wonderful, hello Motoluric, good to see you. Ramel, hope all is well. Starting off with this lovely example of a 1979 Porsche 935, which is absolutely spectacular. This is a 2008 Porsche RS Spider. Yes, ITR Daniel, you're absolutely correct. Look at this, with all the original dust, even from Africa. This is a Dakar Rally setup, 1985 959. Look at this, beautiful. Even has proper dust from my continent. Look at that, battle scars, absolutely gorgeous. It's pretty nice. Now this is something that really tickles my fancy. This is a Type 935/76 Turbocharged Engine from 1983. It's absolutely gorgeous. It was in the Moby Dick 935. Proper air-cooled. Some good technology for the time as well. In 1982, it saw some great racing as well. And went to a 1-2-3 finish in the early 80s as well. So it's a very, very nice setup. Look at that gearbox, plenty of cooling. There's turbochargers by KKK. It's pretty nice. Pretty large wastegate. Very decent intercooler as well. Since they didn't have great technology there, they had to have pretty large intercoolers, which is pretty interesting. And moving on to look at this beauty. Look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. A 956 from 1983. Gorgeous vehicle. Did quite a bit of Rolex Cup racing. And also raced in the early 80s as well. I don't know how much horsepower it made, but you know, this, if you're talking about this car, this is 620 horses, which is pretty nice. Now this is some old school craziness here. This is a 1969 912 flat engine. This is absolutely fantastic. The NA ones were about 4 to 5 liters. And you know what? In NA application, it was up to 650 horsepower back then. And when they went boost, guess what? 1,000 horsepower. This is really something that is right up my alley. Very, very nice indeed. And it can propel something like this, which is a 917, to over 200 miles an hour. Look at this setup. Top fans. They did quite a bit with development to make those top fans work, because earlier renditions of it used to fly up in the air and cause damage, but they got it right. It ended up working as well. One thing about Porsche, they have a very strong racing heritage, which is awesome. Top speed of this car, 220 miles an hour. Not bad for something that existed in the late 60s. Yes, it is. Quite a bit of power from long ago. Now look at this. This design is just bananas. Everything Porsche had to do to really reduce drag was done here. This is as far back as 1966. This is a Carrera 6 906 model. Kind of looks like the old school speed racer applications, doesn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. It's one of the lightweight cars that Ferdinand Porsche's grandson, Ferdinand Piëch, was primarily responsible for. In addition to that, it was a multiple Le Mans winner. Look at the interior here. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Look at the small details. That's such beauty in a race car. Absolutely gorgeous. Moving on, here's a nice power plant that's absolutely fantastic as well. It's a flat 4 from the mid-50s, 1956 to be exact. And you can have a lot of fun with this, and typically existed in the 550As, which are nice. Which leads me to another Vehicle that was literally built to win. Small displacement, 1.5 liters. Thank you, PGA. Very kind of you. Even though it made 110 horsepower only, it was very, very much fun. These are the old school 550 Spider applications. And just look at the small details here. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful indeed. Lots of racing in the mid-50s. My first 911 was a Targa. And look at this Sportomatic 911S. This is a beautiful, beautiful color in this 1968 911S, which is a 2.0 liter flat six. Top speed of 140 miles an hour and made about 160 horsepower. Yeah, they are pretty expensive. Speaking of expensive and straps, look at this sled. Or sleigh, I should say. Some really cool Porsche memorabilia here. Designed in 2008 by the Porsche Design Studio. Here's something I should probably get for my son. From 1985, a 911 Junior. And believe it or not, this Porsche comes with a 2.2 horsepower Honda engine from gasoline, 3-speed, which is pretty nice. Thank you so much, YB. Appreciate the kind words. Moving along. Gorgeous. Look at how beautiful this is. Beautiful color, beautiful condition, beautiful top. Yeah, it does need VTEC. It probably has CVCC, which is pretty interesting. But this is a 356, also with a 1.5 liter small displacement, about 60 horsepower, and got up to, yes, 100 miles per hour, which is pretty nice as well. So let's look at some really cool stuff here. This is Porsche's Supercar of the ages. And this looks like a beautiful concept, absolutely gorgeous. For the 21st century, a 5.5 liter V10, 558 horsepower, 205 miles per hour. It's a prototype from 2000 of a Carrera GT. So yes, this is a beautiful CGT prototype. The interior looks absolutely gorgeous. I wish they kept these elements, but you know what? It can get pretty expensive. Yes, absolutely wonderful. And this is the only running prototype that currently exists, which is pretty nice. So it's absolutely beautiful. Look at some models here. It's pretty clever. And moving along, look at this beauty. This is absolutely spectacular. No crazy turbos hanging out the back, which is okay, but a pristine example of a 1964 901. 140 horsepower, 2.0 liter flat six with a top speed of 131 miles per hour. You know what? Only because of so many things, Chrism. There are challenges definitely with pedestrian safety and regulations in terms of keeping the occupants safe as well. So that has a big influence on design. And speaking of design, look at this. I am a sucker for wheel covers, especially when it increases aero. Look at this beauty. Just take a gander at how gorgeous this is. So many elements going into this wonderful 1939 Porsche Type 64, also known as the 60K10. 1.1 liter flat four, making a whopping 40 horsepower, but despite that, with the aero package, can really go up to a speed of 90 miles per hour, which is absolutely spectacular. I wish I could, but they won't let me take this to the office at all. Gorgeous vehicle indeed. I'll try my best not to block anyone here. Another beautiful 356. This is the Jamon Coupe, 1.1 liter, also 40 horsepower. And not being as aerodynamic as the other vehicle, gets up to 88 miles per hour, which is pretty nice. And of course, who cannot ever love the Widowmaker? This is a 1976 turbo Porsche Carrera, 260 horsepower, top speed of 155, with a 3.0 liter flat six. Thank you so much, appreciate that. It's look at this. This is a beautiful example. Oh my God, I don't know what I'll do with this. It's just gorgeous, impeccably put together. You know, Porsche started developing their turbo street applications in 1972 after seeing how much success they had with 917 cars. So even though the body didn't descend, you know, from the 901 or 911 from earlier, it had a very nice muscular contour to it, which is really attractive. And you know what? It became really the top of the line staple for the 911 mark. Hello, J-Bar. My pleasure, my pleasure. This is a very private event, and it's an honor to be able to have you guys join me this morning, because, you know, there are some really nice cars here that most people wouldn't see, and since this is a private event, it's primarily for media, and there's some media people here, but with my connections with Porsche, we're able to get access, which is pretty nice. So let's take a look at a little bit more, something a little newer here. This is a Club Coupe. I'm partial to blue cars, so this is a very, very attractive one indeed. This is a 2016 911 GTS, 430 horsepower, top speed of 189 miles an hour, and comes with a 3.8 liter flat six. So something a little new for you guys who are into the newer water-cooled stuff. I would love to visit that, by all means, PGA. I do need to, because I may be going to Germany earlier today. And for my guys who love vans and wagons, look at this rare beauty. You will not see this on the main road. My pleasure, Chrism. Hello, Equi, I think you say your name. Well, this is a 1987 928 H50 Pro Type with a 5.0 liter V8, 310 horsepower, and yes, despite this very unique shape, gets to 160 miles per hour. So it's pretty cool. I know, right? Igor, I know you'd like that. Igor loves things that are unique and crazy. He's a good guy, good car guy. I know, right? Pretty bananas. My pleasure, Leo. Thanks for joining me. So let's take a look at some unique applications here. This is something that you don't see every day. A little dabbling into the motorcycles here with Porsche as well. This is pretty cool. Nice little Porsche design setup. I wouldn't mind this helmet if it's functional. So that's pretty much it. If I do come across some more exciting stuff, I'll definitely come back in and tune in with you guys. But thank you so much for joining me at this Porsche Effect Show. Porsche is a great brand, and they really have a very strong racing heritage. And you know what? One good thing about them, they tend to bring a lot of their original concept designs into reality, which is pretty nice. So stay tuned. There is no substitute. My pleasure, guys. Have a nice day as well. Bye-bye.